Lords, the year started off really well. Straight into second place on the podium at my first World Cup this year. I just felt fresh at the start of the season. Like, coming into that race, I just felt so smooth and good on the bike and I loved that track. That was probably my favourite track of the whole season, which is a big help to doing well on a racetrack.
Fort William, yeah, I got a 9th place, which was my career best at the time, which I was, super pumped on. It was my birthday as well on race day, so that was a pretty unreal result for me.
I think it was a track where a lot of people struggled with arm pump and stuff, but I felt like doing a full run was easy, so yeah, that was sick.
Leergang, again, this one was a mudder, so struggled a lot.
And it was extremely muddy there, like complete wet, slop, mud conditions. I actually felt good there. Was on an okay race run. I was doing really well, but then couldn't get through the woods. Crashed. I still ended up 5th, so that one was not too bad.
Go! Go, bang, bang! Go hard.
I zoomed right in. I shredded alpha male, no titties whatsoever. Could be out of a job here, Filip. Just 6-pack, lean and mean.
Yeah. Good night. I think the pressure.
It's refreshing after a 12-hour drive. The Maldives already. Yeah, Lenzerheide was kind of, I feel, my change of momentum in the season. I finally got a decent enough quality and then had really good splits, but made a mistake, a stupid mistake at the bottom that I was getting so good all week, which cost me a bit, but I got finished up 22nd, which was sick. Finally getting close to the top 20, and then, yeah, without that mistake would have been a good result. So, yeah, that was a highlight for sure.
That was probably, I felt prime there. Didn't get the result I wanted, but Lenzerheide was good, yeah.
Andorra, I finished 6th, which is my career best. Was super stoked with that. Really close to the podium. Was really happy with that result. Yeah, coming off a 9th at Fort William 2 rounds prior.
I could have thrown away qualities in a much more stupid way instead of landing on a stump. So it was quite a elegant way to take myself out of that round.
I felt mint on that track in the dust. It was short, fast. I was on a really good race run there, all the way to the bottom. Came off the last drop and had my big crash and hit my head pretty hard, and yeah, it wasn't so good after that, but Andorra was really cool. It was a sick place. I'd never been there before. We flew over the pond to the United States of America. Snowshoe was absolute mudder. Again, probably I would say harder than Leergang. That was probably the hardest race of the year. It was so sketchy, so slippery. The rocks were just something else. I couldn't really get down that track cleanly.
It was a bit of a battle, as it was for everyone, but I had a bit of a crash in practice and hurt my wrist, which got pretty swollen and was a bit of a struggle to ride, so I just salvaged what I could and ended up 36. So I feel like it was a good ride for my overall this year. Moving on to MSA, really enjoyed the track, or a few changes anyway that they had.
I felt just very tired that weekend. Like I couldn't, that track was so long and physical, absolutely nuts. Like that was really hard, that one. But yeah, I think from hitting my head in Andorra, I didn't really realise it, but I didn't have any energy or anything for like 3 weeks after. So that was snowshoe and Montaigne.
Montaigne was actually on a really good run in my finals. I managed to put everything together, put snowshoe behind me, and was stoked with my splits. But again, tackled my wheel after the majority of the track. And yeah, that took me out. So yeah, again, just another rookie mistake, but couldn't even be that mad because I knew the speed was there at least.
Finally, after 4 or 5 rounds of crashes and not feeling good all the way, so I was podium, 4 or 5 races, pretty much cooked them all, and then finally back on the podium. So it was a sick feeling. It was a good week in Leger, and Morzine, yeah, it's a sick place, love it there.
Then finally at Worlds in Leger, it all came together and it felt so good to finally get the result that I felt was more reflective of my speed. So to finally get that result felt so good, and because I just hated saying, oh, I had good splits but I didn't finish, because that doesn't mean anything. So to finally get a good result at Worlds as well was yeah, insane. Probably one of the best days of my career to date.
The track was honestly the gnarliest and roughest thing I've ever rode in my life. Nah, 3rd place, pretty stoked. Good way to end the season. 4 podiums, yeah, stoked.
Just went from like so high to so low so quickly, but I'm not even like too disappointed because I know the speed was there. It's just a shame the peak is now and not earlier in the season, but yeah, it's tough with uni, and I'm glad to know I can compete at the top of this sport, I guess.